Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates reveal that Hope Logan is about to discover that the person she least expected has let her down, her own mother. Despite facing a wave of criticism recently, if she couldn't trust and rely on anyone else, Hope believed she could rely on Brooke Logan for support and backup. Up till now, Brooke has been spreading the word to anyone willing to listen that Hope never attempted to seduce John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. It was all a misunderstanding. Even though the situation at the office seemed dire, Brooke has staunchly defended Hope and advocated for her reinstatement at every turn, understanding how the awkward accident happened. This makes it all the more shocking when Hope discovers Brooke's actions, and Hope will feel betrayed by her mother. But after eavesdropping and uncovering the LLC scheme, Brooke felt compelled to act on such a significant secret. She believed she had to find Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., right away to share the latest developments. Viewers are well aware that Brooke spilled the beans on both Hope and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, leaving Ridge shaken by their plans to take over Forrester. It remains to be seen if Brooke's warning will alter the situation, but Hope is unlikely to be pleased with her mother's approach. This was Hope's golden opportunity to reclaim her line and make her way back to Forrester Creations, so she'll struggle to understand why Brooke wouldn't support her in this endeavor. While Brooke may insist that she truly wants what's best for Hope, she believes it shouldn't come at the cost of helping Carter seize control of Forrester. This will lead to a heated debate between them, with Hope confronting Brooke about her perceived betrayal of the Logan loyalty, at least in this instance. It'll be obvious that Brooke is loyal to Ridge first, so that news will enrage Hope and launch their showdown. Hope may argue that Ridge doesn't deserve that devotion, since he's been siding with Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McKinswood, throughout her firing ordeal. It should leave Hope feeling snubbed since Brooke couldn't back her own daughter up. It's safe to say that Brooke and Hope's relationship will face a massive blow. Hope and Brooke's bond will shatter in an instant, so we'll bring you more predictions on the fallout of Brooke's shocking move. Upcoming spoilers reveal that Hope will have a hard time moving past what Brooke's done, so stay tuned for their continued conflict. The tension in the Forrester Creations office was palpable as Hope Logan flipped through sketches for her upcoming Hope for the Future line. Her movements were swift, precise, yet tinged with frustration. She had poured her heart into this project, but the weight of her personal life was beginning to seep into her work. Brooke Logan entered the room, her heels clicking against the marble floor, a concerned expression on her face. "Hope," she began gently, "I've been trying to reach you. We need to talk." Hope looked up, her hazel eyes steely. "About what, Mom?" "About how you've been meddling in my life again." Brooke's lips tightened. "This isn't meddling. It's about protecting you, Thomas." "There it is," Hope interrupted, her voice rising. "Thomas, you can't go a single conversation without bringing him up, can you?" The rift between Hope and Brooke had been brewing for months, ever since Hope had decided to give Thomas Forrester another chance. After all the scandals, manipulations, and heartbreak Thomas had caused, Brooke found it incomprehensible that her daughter could ever trust him again. "Hope," Brooke said, her tone firm yet pleading, "you're too forgiving for your own good. Thomas has hurt you before. What makes you think this time is any different?" Hope stood, her hands trembling as she placed the sketches on her desk. "Because I've seen the change in him, Mom. People can change. You, of all people, should know that." The implication stung Brooke, who had spent much of her life seeking forgiveness for her own missteps. But this wasn't about her. It was about her daughter's future. "I'm your mother," Brooke said, stepping closer. "I just want what's best for you." Hope shook her head. "No, you want what's easiest for you. You want me to live my life according to your mistakes, your regrets. But I'd not you, Mom. I'd me." Meanwhile, across town, Ridge Forrester was caught in the middle of the escalating drama. As Brooke's husband and Thomas's father, he found himself walking a tightrope between loyalty to his wife and support for his son. "I can't keep doing this, Ridge," Brooke confided to him later that evening at their home. "She's shutting me out, and it's all because of Thomas." Ridge sighed. running a hand through his salt and pepper hair. "Brooke, maybe Hope sees something in Thomas that we don't. He's been working hard to prove himself." "Prove himself?" Brooke scoffed. "He's manipulated everyone around him, including his own son. How can you defend him after everything he's done?" Ridge hesitated. He knew Thomas had a dark past, but he also saw the effort his son was making to become a better person. "I'm not defending his past. I'm saying we should give him a chance." Brooke shook her head. "You always do this, Ridge. You excuse his behavior because he's your son. But what about Hope? She's my daughter, and I won't let her be hurt again." The argument was cut short when Hope arrived unannounced. She had overheard enough to know that her mother was still trying to control her life. "You don't have to keep fighting for me, Mom," Hope said, her voice steady but full of emotion. "I'm not a child anymore. I can make my own decisions." Brooke turned to her daughter, tears brimming in her eyes. "I know you're an adult, Hope, but that doesn't mean I stop worrying about you." "Then worry about supporting me," Hope countered. "Thomas is trying to be a better father to Douglas, and he's been a great partner in our work. He deserves a chance to prove himself, and I'm giving him that. Why can't you?" Brooke was silent, torn between her desire to protect her daughter and the realization that she might be pushing her away. The next day at Forrester Creations, the tension reached a boiling point. Hope discovered that Brooke had gone behind her back, speaking to Ridge about having Thomas removed from their joint project. "You had no right, Mom," Hope yelled in Brooke's office. "This was my decision, my project, and you went behind my back to sabotage it." "I was trying to protect you," Brooke fired back. "You don't see it now, but one day you'll thank me." Hope's voice cracked with emotion. "No, I won't, because all you've done is show me that you don't trust me." The confrontation left both women shaken. Hope stormed out, leaving Brooke in tears. As days turned into weeks, the rift between Hope and Brooke grew wider. Hope found solace in her work and in her growing friendship with Thomas, who continued to prove his dedication to both her and Douglas. Brooke, on the other hand, confided in her sisters, Katie and Donna, about her fears. "I feel like I'm losing her," she admitted one evening. "What if she makes a mistake she can't come back from?" Katie placed a comforting hand on Brooke's shoulder. "Sometimes we have to let our kids make their own choices, even if it scares us. Hope's strong. She'll find her way." But Brooke wasn't convinced. Her maternal instincts told her that Thomas was a ticking time bomb, and she couldn't just sit back and watch her daughter get caught in the blast. The breaking point came during a Forrester family dinner. Tensions were high, with Brooke and Hope barely speaking. When the topic of Hope and Thomas's collaboration came up, Brooke couldn't hold back her disapproval. "You're playing with fire, Hope," she said, her voice cutting through the room. "And when you get burned, don't say I didn't warn you." Hope stood, her face flushed with anger and hurt. "You don't get it, do you? This isn't about Thomas. This is about you not being able to let go. I love you, Mom, but I need space. If you can't give me that, then maybe we need some time apart." The room fell silent. Brooke's eyes filled with tears, but she didn't argue. She realized, perhaps too late, that her constant interference had driven a wedge between her and her daughter. As Hope walked out of the room, she felt a mix of sadness and liberation. She loved her mother deeply, but she couldn't keep living under Brooke's shadow. It was time to forge her own path, no matter how uncertain it might be. For Brooke, the confrontation was a wake-up call. She knew she had to find a way to support her daughter without smothering her. But could she truly let go of her fears and trust Hope's judgment? The rift between Hope and Brooke left the Logan and Forrester families reeling, with alliances shifting and loyalties tested. As secrets unraveled and new dramas unfolded, one thing was clear: the bonds of family would never be the same. The story leaves plenty of room for future twists and turns, as is fitting for the bold and the beautiful.